Welcome back to Grade 10 Mathematical Literacy. Today's topic is rate and it is found on page 34 of your textbook. Let's have a look at what rate is. Rate compares two quantities that are of different types. So this is a special ratio because the quantities are different. The quantities are linked by the word per. And per means for every one. The symbol we use is the /. Now what does this mean? Well, we have cost rates. So for example, a kilogram of tomatoes costs R7.99. So we are saying R7.99 per kilogram, per 1 kilogram. We look at consumption rates. 7,49 kilometers per liter. So this car will travel 7,49 kilometers on 1 liter of petrol. We use rates when we do conversions. So conversion rates, for example, in the metric system, 10 millimeters per centimeter. 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. Your odometer on the car shows you, or your speedometer shows you how fast you are going, how many kilometers per hour. And then we also get time-based rates. Not only that, we get constant rates. For example, the meat price for T-bone steak at the moment is 109 Rand per kilogram. For every 1 kilogram you buy, you're going to pay 109 Rand. Those are constant rates because until the meat price goes up or the butcher gets new stock in, when you go and buy T-bones, it is going to cost you 109 Rand for every kilogram. Also, the price of bread is R11.95 per loaf, and that price will remain constant until there is a price increase. Then we look at average rates. If we say that we are traveling 120 kilometers per hour, it is virtually impossible to travel a fair distance at exactly 120 kilometers for 1 hour because you get traffic, you get stops. So that is why we use average rates. First thing we're going to do is simplify and calculate rates. So how much will it cost to buy 5 kilograms of boerewors advertised at R36.95? I'm going to once again use what I taught you in ratio. This is your given. They are telling you that for every 1 kilogram of boerewors you buy, you are going to pay R36.95. So let's write it down. R36.95 to 1 kilogram of boerewors equals rands to kilograms. So on this side of my ratio, I must have rands to kilograms. This is a rate because I now have rands and kilograms. Before, remember, I had liquid, the water, and the dilute. Concentrate and the water. Right, I have 5 kilograms, so I'm going to put my 5 there. 5 kilograms. How many rands will it cost? So we set up our equation. The next thing we did was write it as a fraction. So 36.95 over 1 equals x over 5. The next step was to cross multiply. 1 multiplied by x is x. So x equals 36.95 multiplied by 5 will give you 184 Rand and 75 cents. So 5 kilograms of boerewors. Remember, always go back to your answer. I needed to know how much 5 kilograms would cost. So 5 kilograms of boerewors will cost 184 Rand 75. Remember from the previous example, boerewors cost that. So once again, we're going to write 36.95 to 1 kilogram equals how many kilograms can be bought for 200 Rand? Well, remember your ratio must be in the right order, your rate in the right order. Rands to kilograms. Rands first, rands first. So I've got 200 Rand. How many kilograms of boerewors can I buy? Next thing I do, fraction form. So 36.95 over 1, and see I'm leaving the units out here, 200 over x. I go and look for the x and I cross multiply the x first. So x multiplied by 36.95 is going to be 36.95 x equals 1 times 200 is 200. I need to get x on its own, so I'm going to divide both sides by 36.95. That will cancel with that. What I do to the one side, I have to do to the other side. So 36.95. Go and take out your calculator, and now we are going to go 200 divided by 36 Rand 95, and that will equal, so x equals 5,412 and so on. Remember, check your answer. We are looking for kilograms. So therefore 5,4 kilograms. I'm rounding off to 1 decimal place. I look at the neighbor. It is less than 5. That remains the same. Delete the other values. So I can get 5,4 kilograms for 200 Rand. Simplifying a rate to a unit rate. Remember, unit means per 1. Why would we need this? Well, let's have a look here. One of the quantities in the rate is written as a unit, i.e. 1. It is useful when comparing various rates. So let's have a look here. Another butcher is offering a bulk pack, in other words, 7 kilograms of boerewors for 237.95. Well, you have butcher 1 that we've been working with. They offered boerewors at 36.95. This butcher offers it at 7 kilograms for 237.65, which is the best buy. So what we have to do, we've got to take 7 kilograms. We've got 7 kilograms to 237 Rand and 65 cents. So I want to see, this is per kilogram, which means 1 kilogram. So I need to change the 7 to 1 kilogram. How much is it going to cost for 1 kilogram? Well, what did I do to 7 to get 1 kilogram? 7 divided by 7 will give me 1. So I must take 237.65. I must divide by 7. So I'm going to take 237.65 divided by 7 equals 33.95. 33.95. This butcher was selling it at 36.95. So butcher B offers the best price per kilogram. We're now going to look at calculations involving speed. And when we talk about speed, distance, and time, it is useful to remember DSTV. D-S-T upside down V. So if you remember your DSTV triangle, it is very useful when doing speed calculations. Right, the distance from Pietermaritzburg to Durban is approximately 90 kilometers. So I have distance. How long will it take to travel this distance, traveling at an average speed of 110 kilometers an hour? So I've got distance and speed. I can therefore work out time. So time equals distance over speed. Distance over speed. And my distance was 90 kilometers. The speed is 110 kilometers per hour. And you will see that we can quite easily cancel kilometers, and I'm left with hours, which is the time that I'm looking for. Now you go and get out your calculator. And all we're going to do is say 90 divided by 110 equals 9 over 11, which is 0,8181 recurring. And these are hours. You will often get asked to do this type of calculation where you have a decimal fraction or decimals involved in hours. So the way in which you tackle that is what you are going to say, these are hours. You can see I have no hours, so it's going to take me a certain number of minutes. So now I'm going to take the fraction part, which is 0,8181. I hope you haven't cancelled your calculator, and I'm going to multiply by 60 minutes. So what we've done here is you've taken 1 hour and you've converted it to 60 minutes. And now let's have a look and see what the time will be. So I haven't cancelled. Don't cancel your calculator. That is in temporary memory, so it's still in the memory of your calculator. And all you do is you multiply your answer by 60, and that equals 49,0909. So 49,0909 and so on. Remember, speed doesn't have to be, your time doesn't have to be accurate to decimal places, so it will take 49 minutes to get from Pietermaritzburg to Durban. Because I changed that to minutes, my answer is in minutes. Let's look at distance. So as soon as I see the word distance, speed, I think of my DSTV triangle. D, S, T, upside down V. And let's have a look what we've got. You have been asked for determine the average speed. So we are looking for speed, and speed equals distance over time, or distance divided by time. So speed will be your distance divided by time, which will equal, your distance was 600 kilometers. 600 kilometers divided by 5 hours and 20 minutes. 5 hours and 20 minutes. Right, the problem here is the minutes, because speed is written in kilometers per hour. There are no minutes in that rate. So what we are going to do, we are going to say 600 kilometers. We've got over 5 hours. 20 minutes is 20 out of a total of 60 minutes. And that you will just calculate on your calculator. So all you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, let's use the fraction button. You're going to have 600 over, now remember this is a mixed number, so I have to use the mixed number fraction button. So I've got 5 and 20 over 60 equals 225 over 2, 112,5, so that's going to equal 112,5. Remember, what were we looking for? We were looking for the speed of the trip, so it's 112,5 kilometers per hour. That brings us to the end of our rate explanation. Your exercise is on page 38 and it's exercise 7, numbers 1 to 8. Thank you.